Robert Downey Jr. is back, but I need these 4 questions answered about the MCU. Somebody please answer them for me. Well, what's happening, everyone, and YouTube? I hope yous are all doing well. And if yous like my content, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. But how's everybody doing? First of all, I may just get this out there. There will be spoilers ahead here for anybody who hasn't caught up on the MCU news, or anybody who hasn't caught up on the whole Marvel films and all. So just be aware of that. That there will be spoilers possibly be ahead here for anybody. So stop watching if you don't know anything about those. But yeah, if you haven't heard the news, Robert Downey Jr. is officially back in the MCU as Dr. Victor Von Doom. I'm absolutely delighted by the news. I do think he's the right person to play the role. Obviously, as an actor, he has that charisma, as we saw with Tony Stark. And it was a great reveal. I just watched the clip on the San Diego Comic Con. And the Russo brothers are going to be directing Avengers Doomsday, which will probably be part 1 of Secret Wars, and then we'll finish up with Avengers Secret Wars. But even though I'm delighted by Robert Downey Jr.'s casting and the news that Doctor Doom is officially coming into the MCU, I do have 4 pressing questions that I need answered, because it does open up a whole can of worms. So somebody please answer these for me. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get started with question number 1. The first question, and it's probably really self-explanatory, is what exactly way are they going to rate Robert Downey Jr. as Victor Von Doom in Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars? I know, like, Doctor Doom has a big, massive role to play in the Secret Wars comics, and obviously they're probably going to go down that route as well. But what way are they going to rate Robert Downey Jr. into Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars? Are they going to make him a Tony Stark variant? Are they going to make him are they going to make him Victor Von Doom, so a completely different character, but Robert Downey Jr. is playing him? I don't know. And also, how are they going to, like, get people's reaction to him that actually know him? So, for instance, Captain America, like, how's he going to react to him? Hulk, the people who know him as Tony Stark, are they just going to be like, is that Tony Stark? Or are they going to be like, who's he? That's Dr. Victor Von Doom. Like, I don't know how they're actually going to how they're going to introduce Robert Downey Jr. as Victor Von Doom. Is it going to be a Tony Stark variant? Or is it going to be just completely different? Like, they're just going to forget Tony Stark and just introduce Robert Downey Jr. as Victor Von Doom. It's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, what's everybody's thoughts on that question? I need it definitely answered. The second question sort of links on to the first question, and it's, how much potential plot holes does this open for the MCU? Like, what does this mean for Kang? Is Kang the Conqueror completely forgot about? Like, is he just... I know the first part of Secret War is supposed to be Kang's destiny, but is Kang completely gone? And is, like, all that Kang, the stuff was seen in the films, like the multiple Kangs at the end of Ant-Man Quantumania, is that just history now? Is that just completely written off? Has all the stuff that's went before us, is that just all completely written off? It never happened? What happens with Kang? I know there's this stuff about Jonathan Majors. I'm not going to get into that, but what happens with Kang? And also, what happens with other plot holes? So, spoiler, Loki, at the end of Loki Season 2, was basically in control of the entire multiverse, sitting at the middle of the entire multiverse. So was that story never happened, or is Loki still going to have a major role, or is Loki going to come into it? I don't know. I would love to see Loki into it, but what way they're going to work with his original story, because I like the arc that Loki went like towards like a hero. You know what I mean? From his villain arc towards a hero. Um, like he was fulfilled with ultimate purpose. I don't want to change that, but is that just completely history? Does that not count anymore? And then there's other plot holes as well. So because Tony Stark, or because Robert Downey Jr. is now Kang, or is now Doctor Doom, what happens with like Spider-Man? Does Spider-Man come into it? Could we possibly see Chris Evans coming into it as somebody else other than Captain America? What about Thor? Could we possibly see another Iron Man? I don't know. There's so many different questions out there, and like ultimate versions of like the multiverse, that the direction it could go, but what way are they going to work it? There's so many plot holes, but the main question I want to answer is what happened to the multiverse saga that went before. So the Scarlet Witch's stuff and Doctor Strange in the multiverse, obviously, as already mentioned, that Kang the Conqueror, is he just completely forgotten about? Um, and yeah, what happened to the previous like Phase 4 stuff and Phase 5? Like, is that not just all history? And did we just wipe that off now and it doesn't count? I need that answered. What's everybody's thoughts on that? The third question, and again, possibly another bit of a spoiler, but you probably have already heard it. What happens with the Fantastic Four in this? Like, at San Diego Comic Con again, the Fantastic Four, like a sneak peek was revealed for their new film, Fantastic Four: The First Steps, and I believe it's going to be set in the 50s, and I believe it's like a branch off from the whole MCU like storyline. But what happens with the Fantastic Four in this? Like, if Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars are set something like 60 years after Fantastic Four, most of those Fantastic Four will be dead because of old age and stuff. So is Victor Von Doom, who is a major probably the major Fantastic Four villain, is that not going to be the Fantastic Four version of Victor Von Doom? Is that Fantastic Four going to be in Secret Wars? I know this showed like Galactus at the end of it, and I know he's going to be the first major villain of the Fantastic Four. But what way are they going to work the Fantastic Four into this? They just can't really make one separate film of Fantastic Four, I don't think. They have to like incorporate the Fantastic Four into this, because I think the Fantastic Four is going to move probably forward and be the face, like the new Avengers, basically. But how are they going to work this because of the time differences? I don't know. Are the Fantastic Four going to have their own Victor Von Doom, or is it going to be Robert Downey Jr.? I don't know. What's everybody else's thoughts? It's so interesting. I really can't get my head around it. And finally, the last question actually concerns post Secret Wars. What's going to happen? I do not know. Like, obviously, the Secret Wars film is going to be absolutely epic. There's going to be so much going on there. There's going to be, obviously, the worlds collide, as the headline encapsulated. There's going to be heroes versus heroes, villains versus villains, etc., etc. But what happens after Secret Wars? Is the MCU completely finished, and then there's just a whole new start? Like, I know there's talk about the multiverse, or not the multiverse saga, the mutant saga, with the X-Men coming in. But again, does Secret Wars just completely put a complete clean slate down the entire MCU, and everything that went before is just now history, and it's a completely new start? So can we see like a new Iron Man movie, etc., new Avengers, new X-Men and stuff like that? What happens with the universe? What happens with the MCU? Is it just completely new? Does Secret Wars just completely act as a complete reset? Is all the characters completely non-existent anymore? It's just completely a new set of teams with new like people playing them. What happens? Like, I know that's what Secret Wars intends to do, like acts as a reset, but what actually does happen post Secret Wars? what's the saga going to be? Is it going to be a mutant saga? I'm not totally against that. I love the X-Men, but is it going to just completely reset the entire thing? I do not know. And within Secret Wars, could we possibly see, like, as I mentioned in one of the other questions, like variants of probably Thanos coming in as a hero? Do you know what I mean? I do not know. So there's so many questions and potential plot holes that the MCU is going to have to answer, and answer it well, because they do have a chance here to really correct the MCU, because it was, since Endgame, let's face it, the MCU hasn't been that really good. There's been some good films in there. Loki was brilliant, but in the main, the stories and like the intertwining plot holes has went a bit varied out of the way of each other, and it's been a bit of a mess. But now they have the chance with like Robert Downey Jr. back and like towards a real end game again and like Secret Wars. They need to really channel it to really remake the MCU in a direction that we all want it to go, because there is so many stories that still has to be told, but they still have to like really put that direction in place. I don't think they can just completely Secret Wars is a completely clean slate and everything's just wiped from existence. They need to put it in there that, I don't know, that there's still going to be a direction. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, what's everybody else's thoughts on this? And if I don't have an answer for them, that's why I'm doing this video. So can somebody please tell me the answers for them? Because I need to know. Thanks for watching, and if you can, please like, comment, subscribe. See you all soon.